Hi, I'm going to work out one of your homework problems for you to help you out with some adding and subtracting of polynomials. In this problem, we have two polynomials. They're actually binomials, and we need to find the sum and the difference of each. So let me go ahead and work this out. First, for the sum, we're going to take 5x plus 4, and you want to add 3x minus 6. You can just add straight down. For the positive and negative, you're going to think of money. So plus 4 means that's money you've got. Minus 6 I want you to think of as debt. So if you have 4 and you have a debt of 6, that means you're going to be in debt, but only 2. Here, both the 5x and the 3x are positive, so that's both like money you've got. So I have a 5x plus 3x, that gives me a total of 8x. And that's the answer for your sum. The next we're going to work out is difference. So for the difference, I want to take 5x plus 4, but I want to subtract my 3x minus 6. Now I can't do anything until I take that negative and distribute it to both terms. So essentially saying the opposite of each one. So the 5x plus 4 doesn't need to change at all. But here I need to do the opposite of 3x, which is a minus 3x. And here I need to do the opposite of a negative 6, which is a positive 6. Once I've taken that negative sign and distributed it to each term, I can just add straight down again. This will give me a plus 10, and this will give me a plus 2x, because again, 5 is money you've got, negative 3 is debt. If you find your total balance, you're going to have 2x left over. And that's the difference of the two polynomials. To evaluate the first expression at x equals 4, I'm going to start off by writing down the expression. And then at x equals 4, I'm going to substitute the value of 4 in for my x. So I have 5 parentheses 4, because x equals 4, plus 4. Now I just follow order of operations. I'll have 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 4, and that gives me a 24. And that's the value of this expression at x equals 4. We'll do the same thing for the 3x minus 6. We're going to evaluate that at x equals 4. So I have a 3, and then instead of x, I'm going to write in parentheses 4 minus 6. Following order of operations, I end up with 3 times 4, which is 12. Take away 6. 12 take away 6 is 6. And that's the value of this expression at x equals 4. To find the sum, you could actually take these two values and just add them. So 24 plus 6 will get you 30. And that's the sum. The other way that you could find the sum is evaluate 8x minus 2 at x equals 4. So 8x minus 2 at x equals 4. You have 8 parentheses 4 minus 2. Following order of operations, you have a 32 minus 2, and that equals 30. So there's two different ways you can get the sum. Next, to find the difference. Okay, so there's two different ways to find the difference. You can take each one of these quantities and find the difference between them. So 24, take away 6. Again, you can write that as 24 take away 6, or 24 plus a debt of 6. Either way, you have 24, you have a debt of 6, or you have 24 and you're taking away 6, you're going to end up with 18. And that's the difference. The other way you can find the difference is to take this polynomial and evaluate it at x equals 4. So 2x plus 10 evaluated at x equals 4. 2 times in parentheses 4 plus 10. Following order of operations, we're going to multiply first to get 8. bring down the plus and the 10, and then we'll add to get 18. Two different ways to find the difference. One last time, we're going to evaluate the expression now, but at -4. So 5x plus 4 evaluated at x equals -4. We'll have to watch our signs here. 5 and then in parentheses a -4 plus 4. With multiplication, you just need to memorize the rule that if the signs are different, your answer is going to be negative. So I have 5 times a -4. I know that 5 times 4 is 20, and because my signs are different, it's going to be a -20. I'm going to bring down the plus and bring down the 4, and then think money. I have a debt of 20 and a positive 4 I'm adding to it, so I'm still in debt, but only 16. So -16 is the answer for the evaluation of this expression at x equals -4. We'll do this again for 3x minus 6. We're going to evaluate that at x equals -4. Again, substituting -4 in for x. Make sure you watch your signs. -4. Following order of operations, we'll multiply first. 3 times 4 is 12, and because the signs are different, my answer is going to be negative. So -12, bring down the minus and the 6. At this point, you can take a -12 minus 6, or you can change this to a -12 plus a debt of 6. Either way, you're going to get the exact same answer. You're going to be really in debt, 18. And so -18 is the value of this expression at x equals -4. There are two different ways you can find the sum. You could actually just take these two values and add them together. So a -16 plus a -18. Again, these are both the debt. So a -16 and a -18 means you're really in debt. You're in debt -34. And so that's your sum when you add those two debts together. The other way you could figure out your sum is to take this algebraic expression, 8x minus 2 at x equals -4. We're going to plug in -4 for x. 8 times -4 plus 2. Following order of operations, I'm going to multiply these two first. The signs are different, so it's going to be a negative answer, and it's -32 because 8 times 4 is 32. Minus 2. Again, we've got two different debts, so our answer is going to be a -34 when you add those two debts together. And that's two ways you can find the sum. Okay, to find the difference, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to take a -16 and I'm going to subtract a -18. I put the parentheses in here just for aesthetics because without them I have the two minus signs right next to each other, and that's a little confusing. Subtracting a -18. I want you to think about making a charge on your credit card. That's a debt. But if you return the item, they're going to credit you, and so you're taking away that debt. And so that's what's happening here with the minus a -18, is that these two become actually a credit. So when you subtract a negative, it's actually written as a plus. So I'm going to write down -16, and instead of minus a -18, I'm going to write down plus 18. So -16 is still a debt, but now I have this credit of 18, and so I end up with a positive 2 for the difference of -16 and -18. The other way that you can find the difference is to take this 2x plus 10 algebraic expression and evaluate that for x equals -4. So I'm going to go ahead and work that out real quickly. 2x plus 10, and we're going to evaluate that at x equals -4. I'm going to take -4 and substitute that in for x. 2 parentheses -4 plus 10. Following order of operations again, multiply this first. Signs are different, so I end up with a negative answer, and 2 times 4 gets me 8. Bring down the plus, bring down the 10, and then we're going to combine these. This is adding and subtracting. We're going to think of money. I have a debt of 8, and I have a credit of 10, and so that gives me a positive 2 for my answer. Two different ways to find the difference. So I want you to notice how helpful it is to have all of your work written out. You can follow the work very clearly. All of the steps are written down and not across. Please make sure you're doing this with your homework, that you write down the original problem and all of the work that you're doing. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. Remember, you can always send me an email or give me a call on my phone, send me a text or leave a voice message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can also stop by my office at the East Campus, Building 01, Room 113. Good luck and have fun.